Today we're going to take a quick look at one of the giants in the semiconductor industry. We're going to take a quick look at Intel Corporation. Stock is down about 1.2% after some analysts kind of decreased price targets for Intel. And I don't believe that's the real reason stock price is down. We're going to take a closer look at that in today's episode. We're also going to take a quick look at how or why maybe I'm feeling a little bit bullish on this company. So stay tuned in today's episode. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for free Discord, free newsletter, and a lot of great investing links. So like I mentioned, Intel is down about 1.5% as I am recording this episode. Today, Morgan Stanley on March 3rd, 2022, they kind of downgraded Intel to an underweight from an equal weight. So first downgrade there. And they also cut the price target to 47 from 55. I do want to say I'm surprised that the stock isn't down much more, and I don't believe the analyst I don't believe this analyst news is the reason stock price is down. But this isn't the first time recently that Intel has kind of seen this kind of hate, not hate, maybe not love from Wall Street. We can see DC Bank also downgraded Intel to a hold from a buy and lowered their price target to 48 from 58 about a week ago in February 24th of 2022. So right now, Wall Street is not showing much love to Intel. And I don't know if just for that reason, I'm starting to feel a little bit more bullish, right? But first, let me just take a quick look. Intel in the past 3 years has definitely not performed that great. It's pretty much been dead money for the past 3 years. I wonder if in the past 5 years, no, in the past 5 years, it has returned, but in the past 3 years, it has been dead money. In the past 1 year, it's actually gone even way under than being dead. I don't know what that would be. But I do want to say this is a big company, right? Market cap of over almost $200 billion, right? It's very hard to turn a big company like this around. So like I mentioned, I might be feeling a little bit more bullish, and we're going to see why in a bit. But at the same time, I understand that this is a company that if there is a turnaround story, there is a lot of time for that turnaround to really happen and for that to kind of show in the overall stock price. So me as an investor, I know I have my time to do plenty of due diligence before investing in Intel. And one of the major reasons that's happening with Intel is they've seen strict competition from their big from AMD. AMD is taking market shares in the PC market, and more importantly, it's taking shares in the high margin data center market. But like I mentioned, I don't believe the reason Intel is down is due to that price target. I do think it's just the overall price movement right now. We can see AMD is down similar amount, about 2% for the day, and SMH, a semiconductor ETF, is also down about 1%. So it does seem like the overall reason Intel is down today is because of the overall market, right? It's just the overall market volatility. Let's take a listen to today's sponsor. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the stock advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. All right, so now I want to mention why I'm a little bit bullish in Intel. And just because I'm a little bit bullish doesn't mean I'm going to go buy out the stock. It just tells me, Jose, be a little more worried, try to learn a little bit more about the business. And on February 17th, Intel kind of had their investor meeting. And here they show that, hey, this company is expected to start growing at some impressive levels. Maybe not between 2023 to 2024, they expect to grow in the mid to high single digits. This is strong for a company like Intel. This is a company that has barely been growing. And then they take a look at long-term model growth for 2025 to 2026. They expect low double-digit growth. The first way they're going to do this is by overall continuing innovating in the data center market. This is the one that they really need to focus on because there's plenty of growth here. So recently in their Intel investors presentation, they mentioned the overall roadmap that they have for the multi-year roadmap for Xeon, which is their data center processor. So that's something interesting. Obviously, the best way for them right now is to at least come up with a way to make sure that they don't lose too much market share from AMD at the moment. And this could be one of those ways. The second thing is Intel is focusing on the foundry business. This is a market that I'm still not sure if it's bearish or bullish. I'm kind of torn in between if I like how Intel is going into this direction. But recently they did acquire a company to increase their manufacturing capabilities. I'll do a little bit more episodes on all these, a little bit more in depth later on. And finally, even though they are thinking of spinning off their mobile eye business, they are still going to be a majority holder here. And we can see the autonomous vehicle route, I do believe, is the future within the next 5 to 10 years. And so does Intel. So they have huge optionalities, right? I'm not saying that they're gonna destroy the park, but they have the optionality that, hey, if any of these three work, if the data center works, if the manufacturing works, or if the autonomous market works, they can produce strong returns to investors. At the moment, it's still a bit too early to tell. I do want to mention one more thing though. Like I mentioned, one of the biggest competitors is AMD. And when we took a look at market cap, Intel used to be a lot bigger than AMD. And now actually AMD and Intel are sitting at similar market cap rates. But, and let me just say this, AMD is one of my top 5 holdings. I'm a big bullish on AMD, but I want to say there might be some form of mispricing here going on. If we take a quick look at trailing 12 months revenue, Intel smacks AMD out of the park. Honestly, it all does. Intel has revenue of about $79 billion in the past 12 months, where AMD has revenue of $16.4 billion. So obviously investors are doing the following. First, they are investing a lot on AMD's growth. AMD is growing at strong double digits, right? So investors are pricing a little bit more on AMD for that reason, and rightfully so. At the same time, I do believe investors are also kind of believing Intel, it's game over for Intel. The story might be true, but it's not clear just yet. So I believe there's a little bit of mispriced action here. So in later episodes, I will go a little bit more in depth in Intel's products and how they can kind of accelerate the company. At the moment, I am a big bullish of AMD. I have no intentions of selling. I am not a shareholder of Intel. I don't think it's going to change in the short term of things, but maybe in the upcoming months, maybe in the upcoming quarters, the more research I do, the more that might change. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.